And our defense correspondent Anna Ehrenheim bringing us a linked story tonight. That deadly bombing at a Kurdish wedding this week put a spotlight on one horrifying reality: child bombers. The suicide bomber there said to have been just 12 to 14 years old. But it's not new. It's part of the Islamic State terror group's strategy. She breaks down how children in their hands end up with a suicide vest.
Cubs of the Caliphate. That is what the Islamic State calls children under their rule. Thousands of children live under IS, and the militant group has been exploiting them as part of their strategy to develop a new generation of believers. The aim? To secure the long-term survival of its violent ideology.
Prepare your army and gather your nations, for we too are preparing our army.
According to UNICEF, thousands of children have been abducted by the group in Iraq, with girls sold into sexual slavery and boys often forced into becoming combatants or suicide bombers. But it's not only by abducting children that IS is able to indoctrinate them and force them into strapping explosives to their bodies. IS removes them from schools and places them in military training camps where they are given uniforms, weapons training, and indoctrination. These children are slowly desensitized. They are made to watch live beheadings and even participate in leading prisoners to their deaths before they themselves are sent out on suicide missions or sent to the front lines as fighters. But the use of children to carry out suicide bombings is not new. In March, an attack on the Iraqi city of Haswa by a child suicide bomber claimed the lives of 41 people enjoying a soccer game. But they are not only using them as suicide bombers, but as executioners. The most infamous being the mass execution of 25 Syrian regime soldiers in the amphitheater of the historic city of Palmyra in July 2015. The deliberate use of children as combatants has a long history and has been recognized to be a long-lasting security concern. After years of exposure to death and destruction, the future for these children looks bleak.